Hello there, Happy New Year to everyone. Today is the 7th, so a few days late, but I hope you all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Not an awful lot to update on, but I like to be regular. God, where do I begin? Sorry, I really should have thought about what I wanted to talk about, shouldn't I? It's been a few months since Bailey was born, died and everything, and I wish I could say it's getting easier, but it's not. So I'm not going to pretend. I have to pretend every day of my life to everyone out there, so I didn't do this to pretend. It's not getting any easier. I miss him all the time. I feel hurt all the time. I feel angry all the time that it happened, and I know it happens to way too many women. It happens to. I'm part of a online community on Facebook, and they've been amazing. I have to say, they really have. And a lot of time they are what's, between them and my kids, what's kept me going. My oldest kids have gone back to school today. My oldest son actually turned 18 last Friday. That was weird. And again, tried to keep it happy for him, and I've tried to keep up this front the whole time, and same as I've done all through Christmas for the kids and everything. But my mum should have been there. My mum adored him. My mum was so proud of him. She should have been there to see him turn 18. So I'm angry about that too. We have started trying again. No luck whatsoever so far, but we have started trying again. I finished both courses I had left. I think I mentioned in the previous vid that I had 2 courses left of Clomid medication for, to help me ovulate. And this month, I'm on cycle day, I think I'm on cycle day 9. This month was my last batch of tablets, as it were. So obviously, I'm waiting to start testing for ovulation and start trying and everything this month. I do have an appointment next week on the 16th with the fertility specialist that my consultant with Bailey referred me back to, because she felt they shouldn't have just discharged me when I fell pregnant. They weren't looking after me enough. So I have that in the morning about 9:15, and then straight after that, like an hour or so later, I have the appointment with the clinical psychologist for counselling, which come through quicker than all the other waiting lists I was on. So I'm gonna go, and it's nearer for me. So and the fact that she's connected to my consultant and stuff, my maternity consultant, gynae consultant, does help. Sorry, a mess again. So I'm hoping that'll work out. Because she's part of the whole gynae unit, I probably will end up just going about Bailey, but whatever. That'd be quite nice to be able to talk about him to someone and not feel I'm making them feel uncomfortable, or that they're not really interested. I'm hoping I'll get that out of it at least. I've not been to see one before, so this should be interesting. Christmas. Okay, let's talk about how Christmas was. It'd been the first one without my mum. Not that my parents didn't used to come over. They used to come over sometimes Christmas Eve, but never Christmas Day. They didn't drive, and it was too much hassle, whatever. Because it was the first one without mum, I felt I had to be around my dad, which obviously meant my brother too. And that was awkward, because it meant changing our whole plans, how we normally do it. I felt very guilty about that, because I felt I was being unfair on everyone else. I didn't know what else to do. I just feel no matter what I do or don't do, I'm going to be in the wrong in someone's eyes. If I hadn't had them round, I was being wrong all to them. I'd have been worried sick about them, and I probably would end up going to see them in a pub somewhere. But having them round disrupted everyone else's. The day how we always done it. So I felt guilty for that the whole time. Christmas Day itself, I think, because again, my dad, same as me, kept going for the kids. They came over about 2 in the afternoon. The morning was hard because my mother-in-law phoned, well, in fact actually I think my husband probably phoned her to say Happy Christmas and speak to the kids and everything. And I just found myself hiding in the kitchen in tears, because that used to be my mum on the phone, asking them what they'd got and asking me what I'd got and telling me what Dad had got her. And I really felt her loss there. When what was it? Boxing Day was hell for me. We went round to my husband's parents, and obviously his brothers were there, and one of his brothers got several kids, and one of them's got a kid, so just everyone was there. And other than meeting in a restaurant, this was the first time I'd been around absolutely everyone since everything had happened. And it was in a closed-in space, and everyone was happy. And again, I kept this front up as much as I possibly could until I found myself sitting upstairs crying my eyes out. But just no one was talking about Bailey. Not one person mentioned him to me. In all those hours, all the other grandkids were there. I'd given my in-laws a Christmas tree decoration with his name on it, and that hadn't even made them talk about him. My mother-in-law had given it, shown it to father-in-law and said, "Oh, it's from Bailey." Absolutely no reaction. In fact, the only time Bailey came up, I think I said something about him, as I tend to do that. And my father-in-law turned around and said, "Oh, is his memorial ready yet?" His memorial's been ready for a long time now. And I said, "Yeah, you have to go and see it. You've got to go see it." And he changed the subject, and I said it again. Still nothing, and I think that possibly didn't help. So I say, hubby came up and found me upstairs. I just wanted to get out of everyone's way. I didn't want to bring anyone else down. Just stay out of everyone's way for just a bit. I was trying to ring my dad. Couldn't get through to my dad. And then, like I say, hubby came out and found me and took me out for a drive, telling me I was expecting too much of people, because, weirdly I expect the grandparents to care that their grandson died, but fine. And he was saying he was worried about me. I got quite angry about his family and about no one mentioning him, and everything, all that sort of stuff came out. So Boxing Day was really hard. My husband refers to me as breaking that day. He saw me break. We then, after that, we were away at Butlins for 3 days with a neighbour and their kids we go with sometimes. That was away from everything. I took my teddy bear, my rainbow teddy bear that represents Bailey to me, and took him with me. Special teddy bear. I tried to get through that. I found that quite hard in some ways. I just wanted to be with hubby and the kids, not millions of other people. We then came back the 30th, so just before New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we had my dad and brother over for the evening again, because, again, it was going to be an awful one. I sort of wanted to be with them, kicking 2012's backside out the door. But I did feel torn on that one. Actually, hubby got this more than I did. I said, I feel weird about the year ending. I want it to end because it had been such a god-awful year, losing two babies and my mum, and him being so ill at the beginning of the year. Just a horrible, horrible, horrible year. But at the same time, as hubby said, 2012 was the last year I'll ever see my mum. Sorry, I wasn't going to get like this today. Bit of a wobbly day. It's the year Bailey was born. So felt torn saying goodbye to the year for that reason. We did release a lantern at midnight for that reason. We did that. New Year's Eve. Then obviously New Year's Day, I think we went to the crematorium to see Bailey's memorial where his ashes are. My mum's rosebush was some of her ashes are. My dad had already been, he'd left a card, bless his heart. See, this is the difference. He'd left a card at Bailey's memorial, a toadstool thing, in the baby garden, saying, "Happy New Year, love Grandad." It sort of feels that Bailey only has one grandparent, and it doesn't, he has three. So that, yeah, that's something that's making things harder for me, I must admit. I know, it would help if they accepted him more and I felt they cared more about him. That would help. I know it would, but what can you do? That was New Year's Day. The day after that, hubby then went away to work in Scotland for 3 days. That was hard. We're not apart very much, and obviously the only times we've been apart, he was in hospital at the beginning of last year, and when I had to come back from Portugal when Mum died at the end of August. So that brought all those feelings back. He came back the evening of our son's 18th birthday, so that was Friday evening. We then, we just took my son out we went to Pizza Hut, and the day after we had the family meal. In the same pub we'd had my son's 16th 2 years ago, and my mum had been at, so we all felt that. My dad stayed most of the evening, and it just got too much for him. Everyone laughing and joking, couples and stuff, I think. I mean, God knows, there were more kids than couples around us, but so him and my brother left sort of an hour, I think, before everyone else did. Well, not even that, really. Yeah, so that was then, and then I don't know, we've just chilled out, and I'm really waffling on here, I'm really sorry. So at least that's, everyone keeps telling me that's the first, we've had my mum's first birthday in heaven, finished my dad's first birthday without her, their first wedding anniversary without her, the first Christmas, the first New Year, and my son's birthday. So those are those firsts done. Whether it gets any easier, I don't know. Dad's still coming over every day, weekdays, which is hard. I can't turn around and say to him I need time on my own, because I feel like I'm all he has. So maybe I'll have to start going out. I don't know. I guess that's it for now. No news on the trying for a baby front. One of my best friends' 6th baby is due, God, any day now, really. She always tends to be late, but she's got less than 2 weeks left. And I can't face that. I just can't face her. I love her, we've been friends forever, but I just can't. I'm hoping she understands that. My husband thinks things will be different if I get pregnant again. Maybe. And maybe seeing this counsellor woman, that'll be the difference, I don't know. At the moment, I just can't. I'm still friends with some people on Facebook that were in my Due in February Facebook group I was in. I left that over some nastiness about Bailey's photo. Some immature nastiness from certain people there. But obviously I'm getting updates. Several of them had their babies early, and it's heading to February. I mean, February the 24th is Bailey's due date, and I don't know what I'm going to do that day. So all these babies are going to suddenly start popping up, and that's going to be hard as well. I guess that's it for now. Sorry, this is a bit random and a bit all over the place today. Again, Happy New Year. Thanks again for all the lovely comments I've been reading on here. Thank you. Bye for now.